What's up, everybody? It's your boy G Money. Welcome to the ManCave Sports Podcast. Drop that beat. Round of applause. I appreciate it. It's your boy G Money in the building. COVID can't stop me. I just can't smell or taste shit. We back though. We back.
In the building. You already know what it is.
You hear some coughing, that's just me losing my lungs, but we good. We good.
Good vibes, man. Good vibes, man.
You can find us, the ManCave Sports Podcast, on Spotify, Google, YouTube, everywhere you look at 613 Faye Productions. Type that in, you will find us. Look for the ManCave Sports Podcast. Find us on Facebook. It's getting hot out there on Facebook, man. Check us out. We dropping news every day for y'all. Jay, tell them where you find you, man.
Woo, man. Y'all can find me on IG, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Jae Jones on all 4 platforms, man. Check us out, like G said, in the ManCave Sports group, man. It's on fire. Thank you everybody for supporting, for joining, for interacting. Thank you for everybody that's giving us feedback and followed us on Apple, on Spotify, as well as on YouTube. Thank you. We greatly appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Hey, hot week this week. Oh my goodness. This week has been crazy. We're recording on Thursday, so we got all the trade deadline in or whatever, but you listen to us on Saturday. This week has been absolutely historic, monumental, all the above, everything you can ask for. And we got the Super Bowl tomorrow. Like, this is a great fucking sports week. This is what we love.
Man, you ain't lying, man. It's been something, like you said, with the trade deadline, with LeBron and what he accomplished. And like you said, you got the Super Bowl. It's just been, as a sports fan, man, it's been exciting, man, and it hasn't stopped, and it won't stop. Can't stop.
Stop it, won't stop it. Let's jump right into the historic moment of the week. We got our man, Mr. LeBron James, breaking the all-time scoring record, taking it away from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Ends the night with 38,390 points. Broken in the third quarter. That's 30. He needed 36. He got 36 by the third quarter. I bet on him to break the record that night. I put my money down and I won that bet. I ain't put a lot down, but I put what I had in my account down.
Yeah.
Did you think it's happened that night?
Yeah, man. We kind of predicted it, a few weeks back. We said it was either going to happen, either the OKC or Milwaukee game. And once he got to a number that was kind of like, that he was able to hit that wasn't too far away, I was like, yeah. Once he got to 36 in the 30 range, I was like, yeah, he's gonna break it. Once he gets to like 30, maybe 40, he could break that because he's been on the tear. He's been hooping. It was all about just his ankle, if he was gonna play and when he was gonna play. So he came into the arena with the all black. You know what I'm saying? All black. It was star-studded out. So once you've seen the all black, once I seen him in all black and I seen the stars in the stands and the fans, you already knew it was just a matter of time. Like, it was just a matter of time.
That's what I was preaching all day. I said, look, he flew his mama out from her vacation, brought her back to the arena. Like, you ain't gonna do that if you're not gonna break that record. The only thing that was gonna stop him was OKC's defense, and they did what they had to do to get the win. After that, they're like, you know what? Break the record. We get the W. You know.
LeBron said, "Mom, it's about to go down. Let's go." Brought his mom out there, and yeah, man, that shit was That shit was amazing, man. I'm sorry. I'm trying to stop cussing, man. But it was amazing,
Hey,
man. It was
hey,
amazing.
you just like LeBron, you know. I don't know what this man. Fuck, this is great.
Yeah, man. It was on national TV, man. But nah, man, I enjoyed it, man. To be able to witness history, it was definitely a dope experience. I wish I was in a better environment. I was at work, but it was still cool to watch. It was great to see. And I mean, I'm happy for LeBron, man. That's an amazing accomplishment. It's what, a 38 to 40-year-old record held by Kareem.
Yeah.
So I mean, hey, man, shout out to
Man.
LeBron. Um,
Couple questions for you. Follow up. Now, do you see this record standing forever? Is this one of the unbreakable records now?
forever,
Because
ever.
we thought Kareem's record was unbreakable. Everybody's back. We thought his record was unbreakable.
I mean, it ain't like LeBron gonna retire after this year. If you heard his interview after the game, he plans at least. He said he got a few more years left in him, so it's probably going to be for a while. I mean, unless they add the 4-point shot and some more stuff. I mean, it's gonna probably be another 30 to 40 years. I don't want to say forever because records are meant to be broken, but this one's gonna be hard to break because he's, like I said, he's gonna play 2 to 3, maybe 4 more years. Who knows, at a high level. And I mean, it took him. This is his 20th year. It took him 20 years to break this record. So I mean, the next person is definitely gonna have to go 23, 25, maybe 26 years to even get close.
Right now, the closest person that is actively playing is Kevin Durant, and he's 12. We'll say 12,000 points behind him. 12,000 total.
Shit,
So
man.
That's a big number right there.
I mean, and KD is a scorer. Like, he is a scorer, and for a scorer to be that far behind, like, man, that's a lot.
It's not gonna. It's like, for me, me personally, I don't think this record gets broken again in our lifetime, at least.
Nah,
like,
we won't see it.
We won't see it unless. And unless somebody records it and shows it to us while we're on our bed or something like that. I don't know.
Man,
hopefully, and he might have some technology. I might even be at the game while this happens. Type of technology,
Man, how much is that ticket worth, man? I want to know how much that ticket is, man.
It's worth whatever they paid for it. That's for sure.
Man, choo.
Now, lovely, man. Follow-up question to this: How many more years do you got LeBron playing to add to this record? Because when Kareem broke the record before, he played for a couple more years to pad it on a little bit too.
Yeah, I'm gonna see. All right, so Bronny, we know he's gonna be in the league until Bronny gets into the league, which is about another 2 years, because he's a senior now, and he's got a year, at least a year in college. So I'm assuming that he's gonna be one and done. That's just my assumption.
Yeah.
So I think maybe 3 to 4 years. The way that he keeps his body in shape, and thankfully he hasn't come across any injuries, like major injuries. So I think at least another 3 to 4, man. I think he can go.
I can definitely agree with that. I think about 3 years, maybe 4 as well. So what do you think the final record for him is going to be about? You think?
And it's gonna be somewhere probably in the mid-40s. I think somewhere mid-40s. I mean, that's just amazing, bro. Like, and I mean, and not only is he got that record, but I think he's like top 5 in the assist record as well.
Yeah, he's number 3. He's number 3 in the all-time assists.
Yeah,
he's number 3 in all-time assists as well. He's top 35 in all-time rebounds. So he's up there, but it's not all the way up there. But he's up there with the assists pretty much.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, like mid-40s, probably 45, 46, man. He'll probably get a little older. Probably miss a few games, throughout that time period. I know he's missing the game Thursday. Missed the game Thursday night against Milwaukee, so He won't be adding on that night. So, I think he'd land somewhere in the mid-40s.
Yeah. Hey, let me rephrase. Top 5. He's number 4 on this all-time assists. Number 4, not number 3.
Okay.
My apologies to Chris Paul, who's still playing, and Jason Kidd and John Stockton ahead of him.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So the last 5 seasons with the Lakers, he's averaged about 1,400 points per season total. So three more years, you're looking at about 4,200 more points at least. So it's definitely going to be like around that 42,000 to 44,000 at best, I feel like, for the all-time record.
But do you think he's going to be a Laker, though?
Oh, I like that one. When he plays with Bronny, no, I do not think he'll be a Laker.
Okay.
I do not think he'll be a Laker at that point. I think
he'd be a Wizard.
Yeah.
You're going to bring it back like Mike did, baby.
Yeah, roll out like Mike.
Now, Bronny gonna get drafted to the Wizards. I'm saying it now.
You enjoy watching that whole situation of LeBron breaking it, right?
Yeah, I sure did. I was standing up. I was recording.
I recorded on my phone, on my joint, so I can just show my kid when he grows up and everything to talk about it.
Yeah.
Somebody who didn't enjoy it looked like from all this video clips that come out. AD gets up from the end of the bench. Everybody's standing up in front of him. He goes, sits down, literally does not stand up to watch the record be broken at all. And he's just sitting there like a little sourpuss kid that somebody took their lunch money or something. There is drama in LA, I feel.
So, all right. So, of course, it's a bad look, right? It's a horrible look. Bad look. Horrible look for a horrible moment, such as what we were celebrating. Everybody, like you said, everybody was up. I mean, OKC players, everybody was up, right? It's just a bad look. But I will say that I have heard like bits and pieces, sources and things of that nature say that a lot of it wasn't that AD wasn't happy for LeBron, because he did a congratulatory video for LeBron, like that they were running, on commercials and all that stuff. So I don't think he was mad about LeBron breaking it. From what I heard, it was Russell Westbrook and Darvin Ham got into a heated exchange at halftime in the locker room. And I heard that may have played a part into the way that Anthony Davis was feeling, like he was just exhausted from whatever happened in the locker room. I mean, I'm not making no excuses. I still feel like you should be able to at least stand up and, cheer for your teammate. You know what I'm saying? Because that only happens once in a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? So whatever was going on, you still should have been able to stand up and clap and celebrate with your teammates, and show love and support. And I mean, because I said the same thing. And then even the press conference after the game, they were asking AD, they were like, hey, what do you guys got to do to turn the game, or, turn your season around? He was like, just win games. And his eyes looked all red, and he looked like something was bothering him, like real personal.
Well, so, I mean, they lost the game. That might be one of the reasons it bothered him.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But I mean, you can't be no madder than LeBron. I don't think anybody could be any madder than LeBron that night when you break the record and you lose. Like, Can't nobody be any madder than LeBron. But I mean, I get it. You want to win, but you still got to celebrate and support your teammate.
I agree. You should have been up, excited, enjoying it. Like I got no confirmations of this going on. He say, she say type stuff myself, but I feel obviously the trade deadline was coming up. I think LeBron probably was out there like, look, everybody can get traded out here. Like if you get something real good for AD, you bring it back to me. Like bring me KD, bring me somebody like that. I'll take him.
I don't know.
That's a little personal vendetta I thought he might possibly have. But again, also I think it could have been just from he wants to win the game, and he knows that LeBron breaking this, he didn't play almost the whole fourth quarter because he was gassed out pretty much. So
yeah, but I mean, when you look at AD stats, he had 13 points. He was 6 of 9 shooting, and so maybe he felt. But what kind of night it's gonna be, bro. Like you can't. I get they all they all wanted to win, and you know that night LeBron is going to get the ball a little bit more than what he normally gets, or he's going to take those shots that he normally may not even take. Like I thought the shot that he took to break it, I was like, oh, I thought he was going to catch a fast break and maybe dunk it, his little signature dunk. I mean, it was the little fadeaway that he shot. I mean, he had Thomas Bryant underneath the basket matched up with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but it's LeBron's night. He shot it.
That's a
Thomas
funny
Bryant is now gone.
Yeah. So, that's a funny picture. Everybody got their phones out and taking pictures of it.
Man.
That's a dope pick.
I hope AD, I hope he's right. I hope whatever was bothering him, I hope he can move on. But he's gonna have to live that down because this is the camera phone era and everything is recorded, and that's gonna be played in documentaries from here on out, man. So
well, hey, let's move it on. Move it along here. Trade deadlines coming through. Choo choo. You better hop on it because everybody's got on it. What sparked this whole thing? I don't know if this was sparked all the stuff going down, but it definitely started it. Kyrie Irving got traded from the Nets to Dallas. Dallas received Kyrie and Markieff Morris. If you don't know, Brooklyn got Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, 2027 second round pick, 2029 first round pick, unprotected, and 2029 second round pick as well for Kyrie. What do you think about Kyrie on the Mavericks? Does it work on the court? Does it work off the court? What do you think?
When it first happened, the first thing comes is like you got two players that are basketball dominant. You know what I'm saying? They both like to dribble. They like to both have the basketball in their hands. So it's like, I don't know if this is going to really work, right? I think Kyrie can kind of adjust to come off the ball and work without the ball as much and maybe be effective, but I just don't know how long he can accept that role and if he's going to do that long term. It's going to take adjustment for both of them, of course, but I don't know if that's going. I don't know if that's going to work. Like they're going to have games where they both like go off. They both going to score like 30, similar to when Kyrie and KD played together, right? They're going to have those games where they go off, but when they get to the playoffs, it's when it's going to be tough. And you know what I'm saying? Because Kyrie, I don't know. He's already small, so all you got to do is put a bigger body on him. It's going to be difficult for him to get his shot off without the ball. So, I don't know if it's going to work. I was surprised Dallas made the move for him. I do think that Mark Cuban wants to see if Luka can play with another superstar.
Yeah.
So I think it goes on both. It's a kind of like a test for both players. But I do think this is a rental piece. I don't think Kyrie signs with Dallas long term. I think it's going to be a honeymoon phase. Yeah, like it's a honeymoon phase right now because Kyrie just got there, Luka's out. Kyrie just made his debut the other night against the Clippers. He did what Kyrie does, right? He dropped 24, he shaked and baked, he looked good. He's dapping Luka up and all that. But that shit's cool till the playoffs come. And
what happens then? See what happens then. Yeah, like you said, Luka's the most ball dominant person. The only person ahead of him is Joker up in Denver, who has the ball in his hands more. Luka's at 37%. Which I looked it up. Kyrie's about 20 something percent, 27% around that age. So that's pretty much 60% of the time it's in either one of these guys' hands the whole game. And so that's a big who's going to hold it more and stuff like that. But interesting stat I seen from our folks over at ESPN. Luka and Kyrie basically lead the league in every quarter points per game, except for the second quarter. So first quarter, Luka averages 11 points a game. Third quarter, Luka averages 10 points a game. And fourth quarter, Kyrie leads the league points per game at 9.5. You know who got the second? You know who owns the second quarter in the NBA?
shit, Jason Tatum. I feel like it's gonna be
bad,
somebody I would never thought of.
It's Dame time. Dame time.
Ah, okay.
He's at 9.5 second quarter. So those
Okay.
guys, you got those guys are going to put up some points. I think it's going to work out offensively for them. Defensive wise, we will see. But it's not a defensive game. So
it's not. But damn, you gotta stop somebody at some point. You know what I mean? And they have no defense, bro. Like Luka is just. Yeah, I mean Kyrie, he'll attempt to, and they have nobody. I mean, they have to do what's his name, Powell, down low, but I was truly interested about this trade. I was truly
definitely can't wait to see what happens with them.
Yeah, so we all waiting for Luka to come back now, and you know,
he said he might be back. We're recording on Thursday, but he might be playing Saturday or Sunday. He said, so that will be nice.
So you think it's not gonna work? You think Kyrie's gonna resign? With Dallas?
I don't, because he wants to be at the Lakers. So, and I think that's what he's gonna look to go elsewhere. I think after this 1 year, but if it does work for the season and they do make a nice little run, I think he might be open to coming back. But Dallas needs more parts for him to stay there too. With the roster they have, it won't work.
So I'm interested to see if Luka's gonna stay in Dallas. Because if Luka doesn't get much help, if they lose Kyrie and he doesn't get anybody no help, I'm interested to see if he or how much Mark Cuban is going to try to throw at Luka to stay in Dallas. Because
he didn't throw too many first round picks for Kyrie, so that's helping them a little bit. So they'll be able to try to get somebody else, because the way these teams are throwing around these picks, good God.
Man, they was throwing second round picks around like nothing. Did you hear what Kyrie said though after the game though? When he heard about, I know we're gonna get to this one though, but matter of fact, I'll hold it. We're
going right there right now. We're going right there right now. We on the same wavelength here, Jay. We got the man, Kevin Durant, who is injured right now. He is not playing right now. He will not play in the AllStar game. He just got traded to the Suns. This is what set the world on fire. I woke up to this. I woke up in a new Bugatti. Everybody in fucking Phoenix, if you were asleep when this happened, you might have been awake in Phoenix when this happened, actually, because I was asleep. I was asleep here on the East Coast.
I was working with Woj and Shams to break the news. I was working the phones and shit. I said, man, they ain't gonna believe this shit here. It was crazy, man. Like the internet broke, man. Like you got the players' instant reaction. Mikal Bridges, one of the players who was involved in the trade, he automatically responded. Like, oh my God. Who CJ McCollum had the funniest response of
that was awesome. That was money.
He said, man, this is all happening because John Morant said he ain't had no problems in the West. So that shit was hilarious. But I mean,
if y'all don't know what the trade was, so the Suns sent Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder, and they got also coming back. They sent 4 unprotected future first round picks to them, which are 2023, 2025, 2027, and 2029, and 2028. They switched their first round picks.
Yeah.
All for Kevin Durant and TJ Warren.
So you know what that means, right? Phoenix got to win now. They have to win now. Like there's no like, oh, we got a year or two and that. Nah, because this looks good on paper, right? Just like Brooklyn looked on paper when they had Kyrie, KD, James Harden. Even though James Harden came to Brooklyn, he was a little overweight or whatever. But we were like, oh, it's scary hours. We heard all this noise, and we thought Brooklyn was gonna be the shit. And Brooklyn gave us one deep playoff run. You know what I'm saying? And that was all we got. So KD, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, they gotta win the finals. They can't just get there. They gotta win it. They gotta win it this year.
That's
Like
what that's the question. That's the question. Does
they
this
got
make the
to.
Suns the team to beat in the West?
No, but there's gonna be close. You got
Who?
Denver. I think Denver and Phoenix could possibly face off in the Western Conference Finals. I think those two teams will be a good matchup. Can't sleep on Denver. I mean Phoenix is loaded. Don't get me wrong, but Denver, them boys are hooping. Them men are hooping. Joker's averaging a triple double. They're number one in the West. Jamal Murray is kind of getting back to Jamal Murray. So, but Phoenix,
Right.
this trade was fucking rocked rock sports world. Like it took the headlines from the NFL, brother. Like that's how big this shit was. Pause.
I'm definitely blown. I had a nice money bet on the Pelicans to win it all at 36-1. And I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be nice. I got them early on, and man, Phoenix just blew me because at what previously they were at 18-1 odds to win it. They're now at less than 5-1. So
well, I mean, I still think New Orleans matches up pretty decent with Phoenix. We seen New Orleans give Phoenix problems last year. They didn't have Zion, so now you got Ingram, Zion, Brandon, Bi. You got the kid Alvarado. You know I'm not. They can match up with them, but I mean they you know.
I don't know. Matching up against that team that is
tough.
legit.
It's
you
tough,
got two legit
but
crazy scores there.
You got Bi on KD. Not to say that he's gonna stop him. You got CJ on Devin. You got Alvarado on CP3. You can put Zion on KD. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that might be a little mismatch, but on both sides though, because Zion, I mean, KD would have to check Zion too. KD, you know, but yeah, don't count New Orleans out yet. Don't they just got to get healthy. They got to get healthy.
All right, how long do you think this core group stays together?
I think, to be honest with you, I don't see CP3 being there too much longer. To be honest with you, I see Kyrie going to Phoenix.
You think Kyrie? I'm telling you what. If I'm KD, there's no way Kyrie is coming back with me.
Nah, bro. They've talked about it. See, KD and Kyrie spoke about all this shit that was gonna happen. Like they spoke about it. Trust me, KD knew Kyrie was leaving. He knew Kyrie was gonna propose and want out of Brooklyn. I mean, Kyrie asked for an extension. They turned his extension down. So it was just a matter of time before he was going to ask for the extension again, whether it would have been in the middle of the season or after the season. And they said the Brooklyn said they weren't gonna give him an extension. You know what I'm saying? So they had already stated that. So KD and Kyrie already spoke. You know, I think Chris Paul, I think Phoenix wants to get younger at the guard position after a while, especially depends on how this year ends. They're gonna want to get younger at the guard position, and you know, we want to see that Kyrie, KD. I mean, we ain't see it in Brooklyn, so I mean, Kyrie will be a free agent. Why not?
Interesting point there. I don't agree with it. I
know.
But
y'all heard it first. Y'all heard it from me. Kyrie to Phoenix. If things don't work out with CP3,
we will see. Jay wants notification. He's calling this early, so y'all better mark this date.
But if for whatever reason, I think this mob will probably stay together at least maybe 2 to 3 years. I don't know what Chris Paul's contract looks like, to be technically honest. If they don't move on from Chris Paul, but I know KD's got 3 years on his contract. Devin Booker I think he just re-signed a deal, so I think they still got both. I think they still have them two for a while. It's all about CP3's contract, but I think they're gonna move CP3. I think. I mean, they tried to trade him for Kyrie earlier. They tried to trade him.
let's talk about this next thing pretty much because the whole KD trade we're gonna set it off, and the trades were just absolutely flying. The trades were flying today on Thursday throughout the day up until the 3 p.m. mark. I'm not gonna go down every single trade with everybody because there's so many, and there's only so many that actually matter because there's a lot of names that were out there that what they got
it. Okay,
whatever.
A lot of lateral movement.
So I want you to pick two trades that stood out to you that make a difference in what could happen in the end of the season.
So the first one that I think is sneaky good is Josh Hart going to New York. I think a lot of people coincidentally have a Knicks hat on, but Josh Hart going to New York I think is a huge move. It's a sneaky move. Hart played with Brunson at Villanova. They won a chip together in 2016. If y'all haven't seen the video of Jalen Brunson finding out that they got Josh Hart, go over to our sports group on Facebook and you'll find the video. But he's a two-way player. He doesn't necessarily have to have the ball all the time. He can score. He can get buckets, and he gives you a wing player. He gives you another body on the wing. So I think with Brunson, Hart, RJ Barrett, and Julius Randle, who've been balling, I think that's a sneaky good move. They traded Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish he was just sitting on the bench. He wasn't doing shit. So I think that was a really good move. I think Jay Crowder getting signed to Milwaukee. Wow. I think that's a huge move because they're trying to get ready for Boston. And
you gotta have them defensive dogs in the playoffs.
Have them dogs. And Jay Crowder it's his contract year, and he's got something to prove. So he's gonna come in. You got Giannis. You already know the type of player Giannis is. He don't take no plays off. So he gonna be that battery pack that Jay Crowder needs a little push and motivation, which I doubt that he needs. But those two trades stood out to me the most, and then of course the Lakers. I think the Lakers made some good moves today as well. They got themselves. They can stay healthy depending on Bron's health. I think they can make a push and maybe get into like the 7th or 8th spot into the playoffs. I think with this roster that they got.
Yeah. I like what they did. They got D'Angelo Russell back to LA, Malik Beasley and Jared Vanderbilt from Utah. Yeah. Russell Westbrook is in Utah. I don't think he stays there. I think he gets bought out probably there. But I feel like if you just gave up all these pieces, you got to make it work with him. I feel like too, for at least the season. Utah had something good going over there, and it's like, what?
I was surprised. And they are, from what I read, they were gonna buy Russ out. So I don't know why it's. I mean, I think it's the buyout period now. Probably if we go on social media at some point in time, we'll find out that he has been bought out. Probably by the time this episode drops, he has probably been bought out. So I don't know, man. Do you think Russ is done? Do you think Russ finds another team? Like, where does Russ go from here?
I think Utah could be good for him because he could be hopefully that veteran presence out there and maybe get those guys moving because we'll see if it works out there though with those players. It's gonna be tough, but I like Russ and what he does normally. It's just he was in the wrong place at the wrong time with LA. That's for sure.
Yeah, he should have never been out in LA. That was and people don't talk about how he got there. I believe LeBron advocated for Russ to get there. So that was a terrible move for the Lakers to even bring him out there, man.
Oh yeah. Another one I like is just small pieces, I guess, but Golden State traded James Wiseman and got Sadiq Bey. I think Wiseman will probably finally get a chance to maybe show what he got up over at Detroit because, I mean, anybody can ball over Detroit right now. Everybody's, either hurt or the Detroit Pistons, So
that's a I like that for the Pistons. Yeah, I definitely
yeah.
like that for the Pistons.
And then another one Warriors did for playoffs. They need those defensive players. They got Gary Payton too, the second back over there. So
yeah,
that's gonna be big for them.
I think Sadiq Bey. I thought he went to Atlanta. No, I thought he went somewhere else. He didn't go to Golden State.
Right. No. Yeah. Then he like just carried over and traded him again.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, that I was surprised. Like you said, them second round picks were going, they were flying out the window.
Second round picks are like sixth round picks in the NFL. They're completely useless. And I don't know why people are accepting trades for them pretty much. They're just sending like 5 second round. We'll just give you 5 second round picks. That joint don't never work on Madden when I try to make trades like that,
At all.
2K. Oh, nobody wants those second round picks.
So let me ask you this. I got a 2-part question. One, where does Brooklyn go from here after they've traded Kyrie and KD? And
Cam
2,
Thomas to the moon.
Hey man, I like Cam, man. I like Cam. That's because now you just got your boy Ben Simmons there, right? And you got all these players that are kind of similar. They're all kind of like the same. So it's just like they didn't. I thought they would have traded some of them, but they didn't.
Hey, I seen your boy post in our Facebook group that he's a believer in the Brooklyn Nets, and you know what? I didn't respond to it on there, but I'm gonna tell you they're going straight to the play-in game. That's where they're going. They're gonna be in the playoffs still, but they're not gonna be in the playoffs. They're gonna be in the play-in game.
That's his argument because he spoke about it to me too. I was like, bruh, I don't see it, bro. I don't even think some of them players want to be there, to be honest with you. But they got pieces. I think Mikal Bridges and Cam Thomas.
You got some great role players, good and stuff like that. They do not have a superstar right there. And to make any type of actual push in the playoffs, you need superstar power. And look, Cam Thomas dropping buckets. Don't get me wrong. He put up 40 in 3 games straight. That's special. That's special. I will say that. That is special. But am I drinking that Kool-Aid? Am I believing in that? I'm not quite sure I believe in that much.
Well, they off to a good start. They beat the Bulls on Thursday night. Cam had 20, Dinwiddie had 25. Joe Harris had 18.
Okay, so they came back against the Bulls?
They beat the Bulls, yeah. So they beat them 116 to 105. So they're off to a good start. I looked at their schedule, and their schedule looks a little tough. But enough about Brooklyn. Who do you think were winners and losers of the trade? Like, was there a team that you would have liked to see make a move that didn't, or?
Yeah, I will definitely say one, home team Washington Wizards. We're always losers, pretty much, and any type of trade stuff. They get pussyfooting out there and just scared to make moves or something. But honestly, the real loser in this whole trade deadline was Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta Hawks. They've been talking about moving John Collins for like the last 3 years, and they had it lined up. He was going to go to Phoenix. But Phoenix is like, whoa, hold up, hold your thought. We got Brooklyn on the phone, and he talking KD. We lost your number, Atlanta.
Yeah, no bullshit. That's hilarious, man. They were getting ready to make that trade. They was like, oh, what? That's KD. Wait. It's funny we were just talking about the Nets, and my friend, we were just texting me talking about Nets W on cue.
The other loser is not a team, is John Wall. He got sent back to Houston. Damn. But I hope maybe Houston buys him out again. He buy him out again, maybe, and then maybe Washington scoops him up somehow. Come on back to DC, John.
So that's what I was hoping, but it was crazy because we were just talking about John about 2 or 3 weeks ago on that same podcast episode. They were like, what was it like playing in Houston? It's trash. And today he got traded right back to Houston, like you said, they do plan to they did say they should be buying him out as well as Danny Green. And I'm like you, I hope John Wall can come back to DC with Bill and Kuzma, and they can try to make a run. But it'll be fun for the city, and we can go from there. But yeah, damn, John, that's a terrible.
So okay, I answered the question. Now you answer your own question there.
So I think two losers on the trade were the Chicago Bulls, and I think the Memphis Grizzlies, bruh. Like, yeah. I know they got Luke Kennard, but the West just got so much better.
Everybody got better in the West.
Like, I was just like, man, I thought they would have traded Dylan Brooks and tried to get something a little bit better. I thought they would have tried to get my man from Toronto, OG Anunoby. I thought they would have tried to get him, but they didn't really make too much noise, and I was kind of surprised. And of course, Chicago, like, I don't know what they're doing. I thought they would have tried to move Zach LaVine or something like that, or a piece. I mean, hell, they could have sent Zach LaVine to Memphis. You know what I'm saying? But those two teams are the teams to me that didn't really make too much noise, that were losers in the trade deadline to me. And of course, the teams we spoke about earlier, the Lakers, the Knicks, who else? Milwaukee, they were the winners at the deadline, in my views. So,
considering all those winners at the deadline, who is your favorite now to win the NBA championship? I'll let you pick two. Still.
Shit, man. I'm all in on the Phoenix Suns juice right now. I'm gonna go Phoenix right now. I do think Denver is gonna give them a run in the Western Conference Finals. I think that'll go 7 games. And coming out the East, I think Milwaukee, bro, if they can get a healthy Chris Middleton back, I think it'll be between Milwaukee and Boston. But to win it, I'm saying KD. I'm saying Phoenix, man. I'm going with Phoenix. They got a good coach. They're in Phoenix, good weather, good training staff. I'm going with Phoenix to win it.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, I'm not. They definitely popped out as one of my favorites. Also, I mean, after that trade, it's like, yo, their bench might hurt them, but in the playoffs, you don't really have a bench too much. So we'll see what happens. So Phoenix still is the new favorite for me.
The new favorite for a lot of people.
Yeah, I want to keep tooting the horn on the Pelicans, but I can't right now. They're on my back burner. I got love for them still, no matter what, because I got money on them. They're a sleeper team. Their odds weren't even worse right now, so that's the time to throw it on them. But you know what? Hey, I'm a big believer. To be the champ, you got to beat the champ. And you know what? Golden State is still the champ right now. They've been in this situation before where people ain't talking about them. They're not the favorite on everybody's number one list and stuff. And if they're healthy, they're still one of the best teams out there. They got their boy GP back. That's one of the defensive dogs, So I like to see everybody full strength there.
My problem with Golden State is they don't have any size, and I think that's going to hurt them down the run. We saw the Lakers; they just got Mo Bamba. We talked about Phoenix with Ayton. Denver with Jokic. They don't have too much size, and granted, they got Steph and Clay and Jordan Poole, so that may be a equalize. But if that 3-ball ain't hitting, they in trouble, and they ain't been good on the road this year all year. So but like you said, they the champs. You gotta beat them. So we're gonna see. I hope Steph can come back and he can get healthy and they can get on the run and make something happen. Because I like watching them.
All right. Speaking about Steph and all these superstars, NBA AllStar games coming around next weekend. If you listen to us on Saturday, coming around next weekend, February 17th, 19th. I think something like 10, 11, 19th.
It's the 19th. Yeah,
19th.
the 19th.
February 19th on a Sunday. They busted out the NBA roster, all-star rosters, and the reserves. I know y'all spoke about it a little bit last week, I want to say, with Wildcard Mar on the show. Shout out to Wildcard Mar, IOW Sports.
Yes, sir. Shout out Mar and the fellas over there.
So yes, who got snubbed and who could they replace? Who got snubbed?
So a guy that we speak about this guy pretty often. And last year you weren't too happy. Well, I don't want to say last year, but James Harden, man. I think James Harden got snubbed. I think he's averaging 21-4, 11 assists, and 6 rebounds. I thought he should have probably got in. Pascal Siakam as well. I think he's averaging 24.9 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. So for on the East side, I think those two are kind of the two that stick out. I mean, you can even throw Jalen Brunson in there if you want to, but I think those 2 to 3 on the East got snubbed, and you can probably take Drew Holiday out of there.
I agree with that. I'm looking at the reserves right now, and I think he's the name out of anybody there that can just you know what you got next. You go hit some bench.
So I think those 2 to 3 players, I think they got snubbed, and I think Drew Holiday is the one that I would replace them with. And I hate to say that because he's been balling this year. Like Drew Holiday's been hooping. You know, he's been holding it down while Chris Middleton's been out. Milwaukee is, I think, second in the East. So, you know, and I think that's part of the reason Pascal Siakam didn't get in is because Toronto was in the 8th spot or like 9th spot.
Little doo-doo out there.
How you gonna call him back as little doo-doo? God damn, G. But yeah, man, those are my 2 or 3 on the East, and on the West, I think De'Aaron Fox, bro. Like, man, that's so they did bro wrong, man. De'Aaron Fox got he's averaging 24.3 points, 6.1 assists, number 3 in the West. Come on, man. Like, they got some bonus in there. Come on, man. Any other team that's number 3, y'all get at least 2 all-stars in there, bro. Like, come on, man. Don't do that. And I want to see Anthony Edwards, man. I think he got snubbed too. But I mean, I know Minnesota, what you call them, little doo-doo right now. So I feel like he didn't get in because of his team's record, but he's been balling, and with some of these players out due to injuries, hopefully he can get in there and do his thing.
Yeah, so I agree with the injuries. We got Steph's not playing, KD won't be playing, and Zion. Those are all starters right there for the respective teams. So hopefully one of those guys that we talked about are getting in. Another name that possibly could get in there. He's been injured. Devin Booker. I mean,
jeez.
He should definitely probably get in on the West as well. But the West is stacked. It's hard
and
to put.
I would say Jaren Jackson out. I would say Jaren Jackson Jr.
Like out. I agree, Jaren Jackson. He don't need to be in there. He's the Andrew Wiggins of this year's All-Star team. Let's just say,
but he ain't starting. But it's just that he's been hurt.
Keep it 100. He's the Andrew Wiggins of this year's All-Star game. But he ain't even.
He just ain't even played, man. I think they said if he got in, you might as well let AD in because I think he played like 5 or 6 more games than AD, and it's like, like Jaren Jackson now.
I'll take both of them over Jaren Jackson.
I like Jaren Jackson, but I didn't think he should have got in over. At least I definitely ain't think he should have got in over De'Aaron Fox. Yeah. Shit, or Anthony Edwards. I mean,
nope.
But I don't know, man. Hey, we'll see. Hopefully, did you have any other names that were different, or
those were the ones I was talking about too? I mean, hey, Kawhi don't play much, but he's a name that you could always put him in there, right? No.
Hell nah, man. All he gonna do is sit down. No, we want to see players. We want to see players play. Kawhi gonna get in there. He's just taking up a roster spot, man. He good right where he at. Sit on out. Rest up your knees. Get ready for the second half of the season because they gonna need you. Because them trades they made today ain't make no sense. They should have been one of my losers too because they ain't do shit. They needed a point guard. They traded all their point guards away and got wing players. So I don't know what the hell
they got Bones.
Yeah, but he a
from,
shooter. He ain't no.
He's gonna be running point too.
He's gonna be shooting that. He's gonna be shooting the rock, bro.
Speak about shooting. I mean, maybe nobody was shooting. Nobody was shooting. There was nobody shooting, but people were a little bit worried. A little bit worried.
Allegedly.
Down to Memphis and Indiana Pacers. If y'all haven't seen it, check it out on YouTube. Ja Morant's thugging out there. Maybe they're saying he got his dad talking trash to Pacers players. His boy gets kicked out the game, and later that night, slow moving SUV that Ja Morant is riding in got some lasers pointing out that joint on some players. So
it just don't make sense, right? So if something like that were to occur, why would my star player be in the SUV where some type of laser mechanisms are pointing at anybody? That just why?
Well, we could ask a lot of dumb questions about why players do certain things sometimes.
But I mean come on,
Burton shot himself in his leg.
Yeah, but if you hear the story, I mean, it was like, he didn't like have it, and he was just like it kind of like dropped or something. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I was disappointed when I heard the story about Ja, man. I'm a huge Ja Morant fan. I'm starting to kind of get a little annoyed with Memphis right now because they doing too much, like all this talking and shit, man. And I'm all for having confidence, and I'm all for trying to knock the older teams, the vet teams, trying to let them know you the new kids on the block. But I just think they need to play. And for Ja Morant to be mixed up in this kind of situation, it's just not good for him, man. He just got a new shoe deal with Nike. He got a baby girl. Like, you worked hard to get out of whatever, to get to where you at, man. I don't know his background. I don't know, who he has ties with or anything like that, if he has any. But I'm just saying this is just a bad look for Ja Morant and the Grizzlies. I think they banned his brother from home games for like a year or something like that.
Yeah, he ain't allowed in the building over in Indiana.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just like you don't want that type of reputation, man. We all come to, we enjoy Ja Morant. We love what he's doing for the game. He's definitely, fun to watch. But this type of shit, man, Memphis is starting to get known for the stuff that they do off the court more than what they do on the court, and that's always a problem. So I hope, Ja Morant did respond on Twitter. He was like, the investigation is
hold on. He capping.
He was basically saying that it was capping, right? And for those who don't know what capping means, he's lying. But yeah, he said he's capping.
I was educated on that earlier this year.
So I mean,
he wasn't pushing P. He wasn't pushing P, but
he wasn't pushing P. Yeah. So I just hope this is a learning experience from this. I mean, I hope T Morant, I hope they can kind of just calm it down over there in Memphis. T Morant got to slow it down too. I know you excited, competitive nature, but like.
Enjoy yourself. You welcome to enjoy yourself at the games, everything. So you can yell, scream, whatever. But for somebody just to get, if one of us just like get up on the court from that joint, we getting speared, tackled, and everything. Building.
Yeah.
Look, y'all should not be allowed to do this kind of stuff, and that's gonna be shut down real quick.
My man had the beam though. He had the beam on him. I mean, like, we ain't even talk about when T Morant got into it with Shannon Sharp. I mean, and part of it is Dylan Brooks. He's been getting into it, with players. We just seen him, hit Donovan Mitchell in the groin area. Like, dog, like, what are you doing? So they got to clean that shit up, man. That's another reason why I thought they would have, let Dylan Brooks go. I don't know if he's well liked in the locker room, but he just said he gets booed at home. Anytime a player gets booed at home, that's a problem. So I think, they just got to slow it down. T. Morant, I can't tell nobody to not be excited for their son, but like, man, just play ball, young, and let your on the court do the talking.
Yeah. NBA did do an investigation into this, and it's been corroborated that they did not find any substantial evidence that this officially happened.
That shit's wild.
It's more of a he say, she said kind of thing.
That Ja Morant was in the SUV with the beef. I can't get over that. That shit's wild, man. Like, man, I just hope they learn from this, man. And I just hope that they can move forward from this, man. That shit's crazy.
All right, so now, hey, we got through the NBA craziness. It was wild this week. NBA trade deadline, like this trade deadline is some of the biggest trades, the most trades I've seen happen in a long time. I feel like, right?
Yeah, it was a lot of like notable names that moved. Like, we spoke about Westbrook, we spoke about John Wall, Kyrie, KD, of course. A few other names, D'Angelo Russell. So it was definitely an entertaining trade deadline, man. And like I said, man, Kyrie said, "Hey, I'm glad KD got up out of there, man. I'm glad he got up out of there, man." So,
yep.
It was
next year you make this into a drinking game. Any second round pick that gets traded, you got to take a shot.
Bro, you gonna be passed out, man, because that's all they was throwing around. I didn't see that one first round pick for nobody. Other than KD. That was the only time I seen the first round pick. Yeah.
All right. So, speaking about first round picks and whatnot, we got a couple first round picks, quarterbacks that are in the Super Bowl. So we're switching sports here. We're going to what was the biggest event of the sports event of the year, pretty much every year. Coming up tomorrow for y'all. Listen to us right now on Saturday. Super Bowl Sunday. Kansas City Chiefs going up against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yes,
who you got? Why you got them? And do you really get them?
I mean, I ain't got no dog in this race, in this fight, but I'm gonna go with I kind of want to get my prediction now. I'll get my prediction now. I'm gonna run with Philly. I got Philly winning this. I think that I think Philly's offense is. I think they got a little bit more weapons than what Kansas City's defense can handle. I think the wide receivers against Kansas City's secondary is going to be key. They got a young secondary, Kansas City, and they did pretty good against Cincinnati, which has a pretty good wide receiving core. But you got to do that shit again. And AJ Brown, I know him very well. We already know Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins, and the other, I forgot the other guy's name, Pascal something. And even Dallas Goedert. I mean, like, they got weapons. And then I just think that Kansas City secondary is gonna have a hard time trying to stop those boys. Now, I will say this: Jalen Hurts is tied for he's been sacked 38 times, and he's tied for 7th place for most sacks this year in the league, for being sacked the most in the league. So if Kansas City can bring pressure, then that might be able to slow Philly's offense down a little bit. They got the zone blitz Jalen Hurts struggles with a little bit. His QBR goes down to 69 point something. So it's a lot lower than when he deals with the man blitz. I mean the man, yeah. So I'm going with Philly though. I think Philly gets it done. I think Philly should be able to run the ball a little bit more, and I think their offense will be able to put some points up. And their defense, I think they may not get a lot of stops, but I think they get a few key stops to keep Kansas City from winning. So
How much you got them winning by?
I got it. I got it being a close game. I think it'll be like a 31-28 kind of game.
Okay.
I think it'll be something like that. Um, I think it'll be. I hope it's like that, man. I don't want to see no. I don't want to see no San Francisco Eagles NFC Championship game, man.
Nah,
I want
you
to
won't see
see.
nothing like that. You won't see nothing like
I want
that.
to see close games, man. So,
Unless they somehow hurt Patrick Mahomes' ankle again, that ain't happening.
and I hope not, man.
Knock on
So,
wood.
I
Keep
think
that ankle right.
I think Kansas City. I'm interested to see Kansas City, their offense against Philadelphia's linebackers and safeties, because Travis Kelce, that's where Travis Kelce does his damage. They do their damage for intermediate routes in the middle of the field. So Philly's linebackers and their safeties are gonna have to make adjustments, and they're gonna have to keep eyes on Kelce, keep tabs on Kelce, and of course, when Mahomes breaks the pocket, that's when Kelce and Mahomes make magic. So I'm
Oh yeah.
interested to see how that matchup is going to roll. Just a note, Travis Kelce, if he's in the slot and he's locked up against what's my man's name, Kazir White, if he's locked up with watch for that matchup now. Kelce in the slot against Kazir White. Kelce is I think he has about 60-something catches in the slot for 627 yards for 3 touchdowns. That might be the money play right there. So keep an eye out on that one.
I like it. I like it. And that, hey, let's speak on this matchup too. We got Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts. First time two black African American quarterbacks going at it against each other in the Super Bowl in the history of it. That's props to those guys. I love it. I love Jalen Hurts' story. Honestly, I know I shit on him a lot as a quarterback sometimes, but hey,
as a Cowboy fan,
hey,
in your
but
nature.
It's part of who I am a little bit. I'll trash some quarterbacks that can't hit people that's wide open sometimes. Good job. But nah, Jalen Hurts, I really do like his story. Because not everybody could do what he did. He got benched in a national championship game over Alabama, had to transfer to a whole nother school, still comes back to Oklahoma, does what he does there, gets drafted, sitting behind people and stuff. And his first year coming out, they're like, hey, this guy's not worth it. Don't give him the money. And I was like, yo, he's winning games, but you know what? He ain't doing no quarterback stat stuff. This season, though, he came out and he balled. He had an MVP type season. Now, he's not the MVP. Patrick Mahomes is the MVP. They haven't given it out officially, but I'm being honest with you, Jalen. You're not getting MVP. I'm sorry. And you're not going to win the Super Bowl either.
Woo. Okay. All right. I'm with you though. I like Jalen Hurts' story. I like where he comes from, and he handled all those situations you spoke about in a professional manner. He didn't cry. He didn't, tuck his head between his tail and run. He dealt with it, and like I told people, quarterbacks are as good as the pieces you put around them. Jalen Hurts had the potential. Remember, they coming into the season, people kept saying, "Oh man, Jalen Hurts, we don't know. It's a prove it year this year." And in the draft, of course, I hate talking about this, but in the draft, they traded for AJ Brown. They got AJ Brown, and it made a world of a difference. When you put playmakers around these quarterbacks, they can show their full potential. Now, if he would have got AJ Brown and he still would, and he would have came out looking bad, then yeah, you can move on from Jalen Hurts. But he came out and he did his thing. Like you said, he put up MVP numbers. So now they're talking about Jalen Hurts is getting ready to break the bank. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm rooting for Jalen Hurts. I think he can get it done. I like where he's, how his story is. You can't help but not root for the guy. So that's part of the reason I'm rooting for Philly too. So
hey, you can root for them. You're gonna root for a loser. Kansas City Chiefs gonna win this thing. I'm gonna tell you why.
Right.
Tell you why.
Tell me why.
The Chiefs have the number one offense of the regular season. They are the best offense in the league. Philadelphia, they were number 3. So, third spot's not bad. Not bad at all. Eagles
Okay.
offense right now, number 1 in the playoffs. They got the number 1 defense, Eagles do as well. So it's not, they got a great team. Don't get me wrong. They have an amazing team. They also had a very cakey matchup. They have an amazing defense, but you look at that Eagles schedule, you look at anybody in the NFC East schedule, we had the cakest schedule out there. So all these numbers, which are great numbers, they're skewed in my opinion a little bit. Like they have the best passing defense in the league. Well, the quarterbacks you're going up against for that whole season are not Patrick Mahomes. They're not Patrick Mahomes. And Patrick Mahomes is the difference in this. He's the MVP of the regular season, and he's going to be the MVP of the Super Bowl. He's going to break this curse that's been over 20 years that an MVP from the regular season has not won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know the last person?
Shit. I do. It was like 99. Was it Kurt Warner, I think? Or
Bam, 99
yeah.
Kurt Warner. There's only 10 people that's done that too. 10 people.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. I can't name all 10, but I know Kurt Warner was the last one that did it.
I got all 10 in front of me, but we don't have to go all down,
I mean, I don't like to bet against Mahomes. But I just think, man, Philly's got some magical, man. I think that defense, man, with Sue up front and Hassan Reddick and them boys. I honestly think that
we can get to Patrick Mahomes. That yeah. If we can get to him, it'll definitely cause problems. But like this offense and Jalen Hurts, you speak of, they're averaging 135 yards passing per game right now in the playoffs. That's not going to cut it when you in a need to win game. But I'm saying the average of that for the passing, they're averaging over 200 yards rushing per game though too. So the rushing is pretty legit.
Well, this is what I think Kansas City has to do. I think my thing is, how much is Andy Reid going to run the ball? Is he going to stick to running the ball? Is he going to have effective running plays? Because last week or the week before when they played Cincinnati, he ran the ball 20 times for 42 yards, right? In the divisional game, he ran the game for 30 attempts for 144 yards. So if Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City can run the ball on that Eagles defense, because the Eagles defense throughout the season, they were ranked like 16th or 17th, and they gave up about 120 something yards per game, about 4.6 yards a carry. So if they can run the ball effectively on Philly, I think Philly would be in a little bit of trouble. But if they just, I mean, Patrick Mahomes, you can throw all day. I mean, I don't think that's a bad idea either. But that Eagles secondary, I don't think they match up well. I'm sorry, I don't think Kansas City's wide receivers match up well with that Eagles secondary, man. I don't know that Slayton and Bradbury. I mean, you got Juju, and you got what's his name? Valdez Scantley, and Kadarius Toney. Yeah, so it should be a close one. But I'm rolling with Philly, baby. Philly. Hey. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
I was last time we talked about this. I know I was worried about the Chiefs wide receivers because they were banged up on that on the championship game.
Yeah.
But as of today, recording, practicing, fully practiced from Kadarius Toney, full practice for Juju as well. McCole Hardman's out. He's already on the IR. Already brought Clyde Edwards-Helaire back. I think it's gonna be a lot of screen passes, a lot more than normal. And Patrick Mahomes actually leads the league in screen passes. He leads the leagues in this stuff. So it's not like it's something new or something different that they're going to do. It's just that's what they do with Andy Reid. He makes his quarterback the best because he schemed it to be the best. And Mahomes is the best quarterback, point blank. But when you got it schemed as well to make it easier for you, it's gonna be nice what Patrick Mahomes does on one ankle pretty much. And this cements him as the new GOAT. The new GOAT. And it's too early to say go. It's too early to say go.
Yeah.
But he's the best quarterback that we're going to see in a long time.
Now let me ask you this, right? Let's just say I'm right, and the Eagles win. Does a loss hurt Patrick Mahomes' legacy?
No, it don't hurt his legacy if he loses.
Okay.
It depends. I mean,
I don't think so
depends.
either.
It depends how he loses. I guess maybe if he throws like 5 interceptions, yeah, that might hurt his legacy a little bit. But I don't see anything like that happening. He could lose. Don't get me wrong. He could definitely lose this game, but it won't hurt his legacy. He brought him there on one ankle with no receivers, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like all his receivers are hurt. He's got Sky Moore, this rookie he drafted, who was supposed to be good, who didn't even sniff the field all season, and he was on the field. So he's like, "Yo, Travis Kelce, I don't care what you do, I will find you, bro, and we're gonna make this go down."
His numbers is up. He's like the most targeted receiver on the field right now. So, that's definitely, and that's what I'm saying. So I'm interested to see if the Eagles safeties and linebackers, like, you gotta take him out the game somehow, some way. Also in this Super Bowl, you got Andy Reid coaching against his former team.
Oh yeah, there's definitely storyline there too. And you know, when Andy Reid gets that job in Kansas City, Nick Sirianni's there, and he gets cut that same day, pretty much. And he remembers that.
Oh, you know, I mean, why wouldn't you?
I mean, and he said that Andy Reid brought him in, talked to him, did it respectfully and everything like that. He's like, "Look, I'm gonna bring my own crew in here," type thing. And you know, that's what he did.
You're fired.
You're fired.
Your ass is fired. Nah, so, yeah. But that's dope right there. I mean, that's a good, you know, underdog story. You like
adds another layer to it.
Yeah, and then you got what? Family ties. You got brother versus brother. Yeah, man. So,
Kelce Bowl.
Basically, I mean, somebody's gonna have bragging rights. So,
yeah,
man, that's dope, right? Yeah,
I got Kansas City winning this game, and also I say it too because Kansas City defense, they just shut down Joe Burrow, who was the next one of the, if not the next, one of the best other quarterbacks in the league. Pretty much everybody's proclaiming right now. Joe Shiesty over there, you know.
Yeah.
So,
but Jalen Hurts is different. He
can run.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He got a different dynamic. Yeah. So.
And I don't think Jalen Hurts is fully recovered from his injury too. That's why his numbers aren't as good in the playoffs right now. So.
Well, he hasn't really had to throw neither. I mean,
right. You going against the fifth string quarterback in San Francisco. What do we need you for? We're going against the Giants. You know, so
yeah, they didn't need that at all, man.
Yeah.
So, well, one Philadelphia offensive lineman that won't be playing. I don't know if you heard the story. Josh Stills, he was indicted on rape and kidnapping charges. So,
wow.
Yeah, he it's crazy. The story broke, or as soon as they like.
Made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, like that. The story broke. So that's one guy who won't be playing in the Super Bowl, but it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it, man.
Speaking of a guy who won't be playing in the Super Bowl, this guy named let's switch topics here a little bit. Aaron Rodgers came out he was on the Pat McAfee show over there, and he says that he is going to go on a retreat for 4 days in the dark. 4 days in the dark. Who knows where it's actually happening? It's got to be someplace warm, I'm guessing. But he's just complete darkness, and he will give you food through a slot.
That sounds fucking depressing, bro.
Like,
I mean,
he's something else. Like he's definitely got to be tripping balls. He's gonna be on some type of hallucination drugs.
So they said last year he did something similar to this. I'm sure.
It was like he had some peyote or some mushroom stuff.
He did some type of it's called what is this shit called? It's like
Flipping balls.
he did something. What is it? I wrote it down. It was something that basically caused almost like a hallucination. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And the hallucination is like some DMT type of drug. I don't know the name of the drug, but it was some type of something where he just like zones out and reaches into this, taps into his hallucination, and he's
Then
on one. Yeah, he's on one. So I don't know. Um, this shit's weird. It seems like Aaron Rodgers does this shit every year.
it's
Like,
supposed to help him make his next decision in his career, whether he's going to retire, whether he stays, or whether he gets traded.
man, bro, you can't go
Go
into a
somewhere
room in
else.
your house and turn the lights off and just do the shit there. Put your phone on vibrate or turn the shit off. I mean, you gotta go through all of this, bro, just to do like, man, come on, Aaron Rodgers, like, bro, like, come on, man, like, it's called I know I'm gonna say this wrong. An Huska. I don't know if I said that right. It's Ayahusca.
Okay.
And
I
that
can't spell,
produced
so I trust you.
and that's what he did last year, and it produced hallucinations. So this time,
It didn't work out for him last year, so he had to
yeah,
switch it up.
so that's why he ain't doing this one. That's why he going with the darkness retreat. Darkness is upon us.
Darkness.
Uh, this retreat, he's isolating himself. He's doing meditation. It involves isolation and meditation. Um, and it's supposed to again stimulate this DMT. So there could be some more hallucinations, but he'll just be sitting in silence.
So
So
let's think he's hallucinating. He's coming to the realization, and he's
woo,
picturing in black. Oh, picturing in black, in black.
silver.
Maybe going to the Raiders.
Maybe I mean Devontae
What team?
Adams.
What team do you think he ends up playing for next season?
I think it is the Raiders. I think it's the Raiders. Devontae Adams is out here like, where's Aaron Rodgers buying a house next to mine? I mean, he's out here advocating for his man.
I liked his pitch. I liked his
Yeah.
pitch. He said, what's your pitch to him? Me. I'm here.
Yeah. Don't get no better than that, right?
It don't.
So if he was hallucinating in the dark, he gonna be hallucinating when he get to Vegas because they got all kind of shit for him out there.
Oh, he
But
got that.
but yeah, I just think this. I mean, I guess do whatever works for you. This it's a little weird for me, but I just try to sit in my garage and in the car before I come in the house, or just go to a dark room and whatever. But he said this is a 4-day, 4-night retreat. He's gonna do it after Super Bowl Sunday,
Right.
so he could leave at any point in time.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
don't know, man.
for me, I think what the team that benefits from him most, I think, would actually be the Jets. I think we should go all in on him, honestly.
Really,
And yeah, because I mean that's they need a quarterback. Like Zach Wilson ain't it.
MILF.
Zach Wilson ain't it. He keep hunting milfs. Go to Green Bay, hunt some milfs on the back of behind Jordan Love.
Ain't too many milfs in Green Bay, bro.
Mm.
I don't know that. I apologize to any milfs out there in Green Bay. I
Certainly
apologize.
serve you some nice cheese over there too, Jay.
I bet they will. I bet they will. But
Yeah, I think the Jets would benefit most from his services over there because they got the defense. They just need somebody to give them. They don't need the old Aaron Rodgers to be slinging 4 touchdowns a game, 3 touchdowns a game. You give us 2 touchdowns a game, we'll win the game for you pretty much after that.
yeah, they got the pieces in place. They got as me and Wildcard was talking last week. I didn't know Garrett Wilson. He had 83 catches for
Oh, yeah.
thousands plus yards and 4 touchdowns. So, like you said, they don't need him to be MVP Aaron Rodgers. They just need him to complete passes and basically kind of manage the game. Like that's all they really need.
You can go be in darkness after the game. You can go get that Hoska stuff. Just take care of the
Darkness is
ball.
upon us. Yes. So I mean, yeah, just don't do that shit during the season. They are just, I mean, but I'll tell you like this, man. He can't do that Bama shit he was doing in Green Bay and New York. So he gonna, cause that media gonna be on him. So but I mean, I feel like he does something like this every year. You know, it's like the attention. It's like every year it's the possibility of retirement. You just signed a crazy ass contract deal, so I'm like, I don't party if he doesn't go to Vegas. I don't think he's moving at all. I don't think he's leaving. So
Okay. So something else historical too came up. UConn women. UConn women lost 2 games in a row. This has not happened for over 20 years. Over 1,000 something games where the UConn women has not lost 2 in a row. They lost, we're recording this right now on Thursday, but they lost Wednesday, I want to say, to Marquette women. So
and they lost to South Carolina too, because I seen him and Don Staley were good. Well, I don't want to say get into it.
Throwing some jabs at each other.
They exchanged some words.
Yeah.
But damn, I didn't know it was 2 in a row though. Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, they're missing Paige, man. Like I wish she was out there playing, but you know that she's hard to replace. But hey, it is sometimes. Hey, it be like that sometimes. Shawty's be like that sometimes. Definitely. So you got any bets for the Super Bowl, man? We got Rihanna singing.
I got a little lineup like last year we did. You know this. Okay. Hey, this is like our 1-year anniversary. Actually, you know that
it is. Yeah, man.
Our 1-year anniversary, man. I ain't get you no flowers, no gifts, or nothing. But you know,
nah, man. Hey, you showed up, man.
We on the show together.
Man, we gotta come up with a handshake or something, man.
We gotta see each other do that, man. You know.
Yeah, virtual handshake or virtual toast, like something. Hey,
let's go. I got some vitamin water. I can't even taste what flavor this is no more. So it's just I don't even know why I buy the flavors right now. It's just everything's warm.
That, man. I got a solo cup with some water, man.
But yeah, we appreciate anybody and everybody out there right now listening. This is our 1-year anniversary, pretty much coming back. So don't know how we got to do the count of the episodes. We'll get that on for the next joint before the NBA AllStar game. Definitely.
Yeah.
Let people know how many episodes we put in so far.
Yes, sir.
Before we get to the bets, I want to give a shout out also to Middle Class Holes. They got me on the podcast previous week. That's why I wasn't here while Carmar was here for me. Check them out over there on YouTube, Middle Class Holes. They're on Spotify. They're on all that stuff, iTunes, everything, iHeartRadio. They're pretty funny. They're pretty funny guys over there. That's for sure.
Okay, cool. G Money making them appearances, baby.
Hey, shout out to Wes Allen Murr over there. But let's get to these bets. You know, we about that. You know, now FanDuel's everywhere. So the most bet thing on in the Super Bowl, we got to add that to our list. I got 4 things for us here.
All right.
4 things. The most bet thing on the Super Bowl, heads or tails. What you got? What you got, Jay? Heads or tails?
I'm going tails.
Tails. You know what? Tails never fails.
There you go.
Let's get it. I'm going with
I like it.
Now, I don't know how many Rihanna songs you know. I don't know as many, probably. I'm going to guess. But what is Rihanna's first song she bangs it out with?
Oh, man. I'm gonna go with Work. With her. I mean, it would be dope if Drake came out, but I don't think he will. But I think it's kind of like an upbeat song, so I'm thinking she's gonna try to do something more upbeat. I don't think she's trying to come out there singing ballads and stuff like that. I was trying to see if she was on a future song, but a featured song. But I also think she just dropped a new song too. I think she just dropped a new single recently. So I'm gonna say either Work or the new single that she just dropped.
All right, like I said, so we'll put you down for Work. I don't know as many, but I know Umbrella's one of them.
It ain't gonna be raining in NG, raining touchdowns.
I'm just throwing it out there. I'm gonna take an L on this one. I'm gonna take an L on this one. You know. Next one. What color Gatorade is gonna be dumped on the coach at the end of the game?
Damn, I'm gonna go orange.
Okay, orange. I'm going red because it's gonna be the Chiefs.
I like that.
Now, next, you already told me, excuse me, but you already told me this. Who you got? Who you got winning the game? Just recap.
Philly Phil.
Eagles, and I'm going with Mahomes and the Chiefs.
You gonna hear that Dreams and Nightmare?
Shoot.
Meek Millie. Oh, that little
right.
Uzi, that little Just Rock joint by Lil Uzi Vert. You gonna hear one of them?
Oh shit! But hey, good episode this week. We catch us on the ManCave Sports Podcast Facebook group. Check us out on that. Look us up. We will put you on there. We've been talking. It's been hot on that joint right now. Everybody's talking, especially with trade deadlines. It's been good times out there. Now, the interaction, keep it up, folks. We love it. We love it.
Yeah.
Find us on Twitter, on Instagram, everything at 613 Faye Productions. Find us on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, Google Podcast. Look up 613 Faye Productions. You find the list of us, find the ManCave Sports Podcast, or you know what? Give me a follow on Twitter at GMoneyCaveman. On Twitter, I have the link tree right there. You find everything you need right there. Tell them where you find you, Jay.
Boom. Hey, Jae Jones on Twitter, IG, Facebook, TikTok. Come holler at me. I'll chop it up. Like G said, come hit us over in the ManCave Sports group. Come chop it up with us. We constantly engaging with all our friends, fans, supporters. We constantly interact with them. Like G said, make sure y'all subscribe to our YouTube page as well. Click, like, share, subscribe,
comment,
tell a friend, hit the notification buttons. When not just our content drops, but when our brothers in the four corners of wrestling, when their content drops, and our sisters in facts, they drop on Fridays. Y'all get those notifications. So come through, check us out, man. Shout out to them. Shout out IOW Sports, Mel, Wildcard Mars. Shout those guys out, Nick. Also, last but not least, on a sad note, I just want to send my condolences to a friend, Ricardo Ellert. Man, he passed away early this week, and somebody that I went to school with, somebody I knew, a good person. I want to send my condolences and to his family and everything like that, man. Tough week. But yeah, man, thank you everybody for supporting us, and running back next week, baby. We gonna have a champion next week, baby.
We gonna find out Super Bowl Sunday.
Hey, and we gonna give y'all do predictions as well. I know we gave it here today, but we gonna do some more separately. So yeah, follow us on social media. Y'all gonna see. I might switch it up. I don't know.
Yeah, join the bandwagon. Hop on.
I don't know. I might.
Hi, folks. We out this joint. Peace.